let's talk about the future. We're going to talk about Alvin Toffler, Faith Popcorn, and Stuart Brand. Toffler was an American writer, futurist, and businessman known for his works discussing modern technologies, including the digital revolution, with emphasis on their effects on cultures. He was an associate editor of Fortune magazine. His early work focused on technology and its impact, and he coined the term information overload. His most famous book was published in 1970 and called Future Shock. His shortest definition for the term is a personal perception of too much change in too short a period of time. So let's hear a little bit from Toffler.
As I look at America now, and not just America, and I look at the countries that have begun, have adopted, been early adopters of the new information technologies and the other related technologies, it occurs to me that the easy part of the transformation into a knowledge society is ahead of us, not behind us. That making technological change is awfully difficult, expensive, and so on. But it's nothing like as difficult as making important social changes. And I believe that we are at a point at which many of the institutions that we have been depending on are in fact in their terminal stage. I'll get back in a moment to what I mean by that. We are now moving into a period when the social part of the revolutionary transformation that I believe we're going through is going to be more and more in the front lines. We're going to have more and more conflict about it because, as I said, however difficult solving a scientific problem is, and however difficult it may be to design new, technologies and digital developments and so forth and so on, the digits in the digital economy don't fight you. But when you come up with a new idea in any organization, you will be fought. And when you come up with a new idea in a social institution, political institution, cultural institution, religious institution, you will be fought hard. And I believe that is where we're going. We're going to have to change our institutions to catch up, so to speak, with the changes that have come in the technological sector.
Faith Popcorn is a fantastic futurist. So her name was Faith Plotkin, and she had an Eastern European professor who couldn't say the name Plotkin properly and kept on calling her Popcorn, and she ultimately changed her name to Popcorn. I guess it's good marketing. In 1991, she produced something called the Popcorn Report, and it came up with 10 trends that she was predicting. Cocooning in a new decade, fantasy adventures, small indulgences, economics, cashing out, downsizing, staying alive, the vigilante consumer, 99 lives, and save our society. Let's just look at a couple of those. And these were very prescient. Cocooning. This was 1991, she talked about cocooning. What happens today? We get first release Hollywood movies delivered by Netflix or iTunes at home without leaving. We have food delivered to our house. The rise of cooking shows and home renovation is a direct consequence of the concept of cocooning. So she identified the trends that were going to be important. If you had listened to her in 1991, you would be in very good position with your business today. So the message here is there are people that are gathering data and being very effective at predicting the trends that will influence society as we move forward. Take note. Read things like Faith Popcorn, the Popcorn Report, and others. They know what's happening. They know what's going on. The future is predictable. Stuart Brand created something called the Whole Earth Catalogue and The Well. He's the author of several books and has been involved in, what he calls the Finder of Ideas. Another good resource for predicting the trends that are impacting upon us in our society today. Okay, another short session, but next we're going to look at a couple of essential tools that you will use in your consulting and management work.